Welcome back to the show. Now I have some retro controllers. Take a look at these beauties. Now the original Xbox was released about 22 years ago. I still remember the day very well because I was selling them in a retail store and I was really excited about that day. The black and green boxes really were impressive, and after my first shift I took one home and oh boy, it was a great console. But I would have never thought that after 22 years there are still controllers coming out to that console. The Hunter is a wireless gamepad that you can use with the original Xbox. No, this is something that you can't use with modern Xbox, not even 360, not One, not Series, anything. However, there is a USB dongle that you can use with PC or with Switch for some reason, but not with Xboxes. Remember that? Not with new Xboxes. Okay, let's open this baby. It's a puzzle. USB-A to USB-C cable, controller, small manual, and I'm guessing wireless dongle. Ah, yes, of course. The wireless dongle with the original Xbox connector, and then the wireless dongle with USB-A connection for Switch or for PC. And the controller itself feels like the smaller Xbox controller. No, there were two different versions when it launched, the adult size and the child size. This is more like the child side controller. I do like it. The bigger one was too hefty. The USB charging on the top. The buttons are pressure sensitive, feels like the old Xbox controller. The analog sticks are Hall effect, so there shouldn't be any drifting with these. The back grip is textured, so you can get a firm grip on this one, and it feels very sturdy. The wireless connection is 2.4 GHz, which is kind of a standard. And there is also a rumble back, rumble engine, whatever it called, a force feedback in this controller. Some of the games did support that. Standard triggers and buttons on the top. The D-pad is kind of a smushy, but I have to check my old Xbox controller and do some comparison. But before we go into that, you might have noticed that I have a different controller also. No, this is a Gamecube controller, console which is roughly about same age as the Xbox is, the original Xbox. No, I have to be honest, I wasn't really a Nintendo guy back then. The Xbox was the thing I was more impressed. But I do have the Gamecube, I purchased that later on. The Gamecube controller is something that I'm not really, design-wise, I don't like this. I understand why they did it, but for me, the standard PC layout is more familiar, but hey, it is what it is. Like the Xbox controller, this also works with the Gamecube, and besides that, you can use it with Switch or with PC. Okay, now let's unbox this. Oh, there's a nice pin here. Short manual, USB-C to USB-A cable for charging. This is most likely the dongle. Yeah, like with the Xbox One, this is the Gamecube adapter, the Gamecube plugin, and then there's the USB-A that you need for Switch or for PC. And the controller. This doesn't look as much as the original Gamecube controller as I expected. This is more kind of a standard that 8-bit DO does, like the similar to the Pro 3, the design-wise. I like this a lot better than the original Gamecube controller. No, this has a little bit better compatibility actually than the Xbox version. This works with GameCube. This also works with PC and Switch. And besides that, you can also use this with Wii. The specifications wise, this is pretty much same as the Hunter, the Xbox controller. Rumble function that should last even up to 10 hours of gaming. But this one also has two programmable buttons here on the back. Then there's the switch for Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz here also on the back. And a bearing button. This feels very sturdy. The buttons are very stiff and they don't move around as much as I remember the original GameCube controller moving around. I will go to the attic now and try to find my original Xbox and my original Gamecube so we can actually test them and maybe compare to original controllers. But before that, you will get the nice video about me making my new gaming station. I had a real blast playing some old games. Sadly, I misplaced my Super Mario Smash Bros. Melee disc and I wasn't able to play that. This would have been really good there with fast responses and programmable keys. When we compare the Battler to the Wavebird, the Nintendo's original wireless controller, the biggest difference is the shoulder buttons. As with the Wavebird, they are somewhat smushy, and here they are fast and clicky. Here it is. The travel distance is longer, shorter and more precise, so this has an advance compared to the old one. Also, the front buttons have a little bit shorter travel distance than on the original Wavebird or the original wired controller. So this will give you an edge while you're playing fast responsive games like the Smash Bros. Melee. The wireless connection is actually great in both in the old Wavebird and with the Battler. There isn't any kind of delay in inputs. They feel precise and accurate. The Battler is actually a little bit more heavier than the Wavebird, even with the batteries inside. Not much, but you can feel it. For a child, the Wavebird is better as it is designed for smaller hands. For grown retro players, I recommend the Battler as it feels better in longer gaming sessions. Overall, great wireless controller for the original GameCube. Okay, now let's move on to the Xbox controller. Alright, now, size-wise, the Battler is pretty much the same as the original Xbox controller, not the Duke one. This is the newer, the smaller one. The wireless connection feels great, there's no latency, every command is very accurate and on time. The buttons feel great, and the D-pad feels as mushy as the original Xbox controller's D-pad feels. When comparing the original Xbox controller, there are two sets of triggers on the top. The original one only has one. The top ones work as the black button and the, well, invisible button or the colorless button. Overall, very balanced controller, lightweighted and accurate. Thanks for watching guys, until next time.